Three words that best describe Kate are caring, goofy, and bright. While she's probably the worst driver I've ever met in my entire life, she's also one of my best friends and my biggest role model. Kate, this year we've missed out on a lot of dangerous road trips, ice cream runs, and live chats in the ag room. You've taught me so much though. Not only have you taught me how to work hard, but to have fun while doing it. Thank you so much for being Kate the Great and the greatest friend I could ever ask for.
Kate is the most selfless person that I know. She's also the most sarcastic person I know. We first met when we served on a district officer team together, and it's pretty easy to say that we had an instant friendship. Kate, I know that I'm a year older than you, but just like Luke, I look up to you. I am beyond proud of all of the amazing things you've accomplished over this past year. You found who you truly are, and you're not afraid to show the world who that person is. Please never lose your love of sugar, your passion for inspiring others, and your obsession with all things America.
It is my honor to introduce to you
our best friend and your 2019-2020 State Secretary, Caitlyn Lewis.
You can't rush a moment, so don't even try, don't even try. There's a symphony you're missing. If you only listen, you'll find big magic in the mundane, the big picture in a small frame. Everything is sacred when you take time to notice. Big love happens in the small moments. Big love happens in the small moments.
I love reflections. They're one of my favorite parts about conferences. If you don't know, it's when each state officer stands in front of all the FFA members at a conference and gives a short speech about something significant that happened in their lives. I lived for reflections when I was a member, and it was something I was really excited about when I became an officer this year. But sometimes things just don't go as planned. And this was definitely the case when it came time to SOAR conference this past year. We had the location picked out, and it was going to be pretty awesome. We draped lights around the tree, had benches out in front of it, set tiki torches off to either end, and we had practiced some pretty inspiring messages to give to the members that were there. When we walked to the location that night, I remember being in awe of how beautiful it looked. Wow, I can't believe how this place looks right now. We did such a good job setting this all up. Here come all the members. It's now or it's never. This is where we make an impact on members. I really hope they like these speeches because we've put so much work into them. And I'm really glad Taylor's going first because I am super nervous. Wait a second. Is that music? The one time the neighbors decide to be loud. And hold on a second, is this for real? We live in the middle of nowhere. How is there a truck driving by in the middle of reflections? This is ridiculous. This is supposed to be our moment. All right, Kate, you just need to focus. Take a deep breath. You got this. Oh, come on. A raccoon? This is ridiculous. I can't focus on anything. There's a raccoon sitting not even feet away from the members. Why is this happening right now? This is our time. These were the thoughts that were rushing through my head as I tried giving reflections that night. And because of this, I was distracted enough to not do my best. I wasn't proud of the message I gave to the members because I wasn't focused in the moment. I had the chance to impact so many members, but I didn't. I let them down. Have you ever thought about what makes the biggest impact on people? Is it the clothes they wear, the speech they give, the smile that's always plastered on their face? I think about this constantly, every single day. And really, what's the answer? What does it mean to impact someone? At the beginning of the year, I thought I knew the answer. Give the best speeches, have the best advice, and be the most memorable. Oh, and if you happen to be so inspirational that you make someone else cry, well, that's an added bonus, because how are tears not impactful? So in February, my teammates and I had the chance to travel down to Posey, Indiana, and I was excited to learn how to give a keynote address so I could impact more members. That weekend, we ate some great food, lounged in the hot tub, learned how to give those keynote addresses, and had reflections hosted by our facilitator. For reflections, he'd written small phrases on blue slips of paper and placed them into a bowl. All we had to do was sit on a chair in front of all of our teammates, grab our slip of paper, read whatever was on it out loud, and say whatever came to our mind in that moment. So my teammates went one by one, until finally it was my turn. I reached into the bowl, grabbed my slip of paper, and saw 4 words written on the slip. You are never alone. When I read those 4 words out loud, I'm not gonna lie to you, it kind of freaked me out because it was something I needed to hear more than I cared to admit. During that time, I felt like I was alone. I didn't feel like I could trust my teammates, like I could show them who I really was. But when I read those 4 words on that piece of paper, I knew this journey, it's not for me alone. And I needed to let them in because I needed them by my side. And that's when I realized it's not the largest moment that makes the biggest impact. Sometimes it's the smallest one. After I gave reflections standing under that tree, I was disappointed in myself because I didn't make an impact on any members. Thoughts raced through my head and none of them were good ones. Kate, you did not do your best tonight. You let distractions get to you and you were not present in the moment. How could you do that to not only yourself but the members? How could you do that? After I gave reflections and after they'd ended, I stood under that tree talking to a mentor of mine, voicing all of those thoughts out loud. I looked at him and I said, Mr. Armbruster, I feel like I just wasted an opportunity. I had the chance to impact so many members, but I didn't give the best reflection. I didn't do my best, and I let them down. It was then that he said a simple phrase that I still think about every single day. He said, Kate, you made an impact whether you believe it or not. Somebody out there tonight needed to hear your words. He could not be more right. A simple conversation, a small blue slip of paper. These 2 things impacted me more than anything else has ever impacted me in my entire life. These 4 words, you are never alone, helped me to truly trust my teammates. And that short, not even 45-second conversation made me feel like I deserved to wear this blue jacket. Sometimes it's the smallest moments that make the biggest impact. It's offering a word of encouragement when someone needs it. It's sitting next to someone at lunch who we've never even met before. It's sending a text message to someone we normally don't talk to in order to check in and see how they're doing. It's having the coronavirus cancel every single event known to man and seeing everyone rise together to overcome the obstacles that they're facing. It's sending a letter in the mail. It's the small moments that make the biggest impact. During times of adversity, it can be hard to figure out how to make an impact. I get it. I know. For most of this year, I was fully convinced that I was failing at it, that I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't make an impact because I'm not the best at everything. I don't give the best speeches. I'm not the best facilitator, and I may not be the most memorable. But we can't get caught up in that. We can't get caught up in a grand gesture or speech, or having the best advice, or trying to make someone cry because we're that inspirational. An impact is made in the small interactions, the smallest moments. So be there for someone when they need you. Encourage them, lift them up, give them what you can, because that's what matters. And that's what makes the small moments memorable. Indiana FFA make an impact through the small moments.
Here we are, on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. Come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming alive. We live for moments like this. Come alive in moments like this.
Your love for all things sugar, America, and Starbucks is unmatched. I'll never forget our early morning coffee runs, your crazy obsession with fireworks, and all the times that you yelled at us for staying up too late. Although you encourage our crazy, spontaneous ideas we have, you always seem to keep us on track. Every time that we didn't know what was going on, you always seemed like you knew what was going on. The small moments that we have made this year will last a lifetime. Love Morg, Nato, Dill, Grandpa, Tiller, and Big E. Indiana FFA, your 2019-2020 State Secretary, Caitlyn Lewis.
I can take it in.